What's up, guys? We're gonna 𝗗𝗚𝗣𝗘, and today we're gonna be doing a tier list. So never really done this before. I was gonna do a review over a plugin, but I decided to just do a massive review over all the plugins I've used or do have currently. So how I'm gonna go about this is, if someone had $1,000 and they asked me, yo, what plugin should I get, or what are the best plugins? This is gonna be kind of my advice or my ranking of all the popular plugins. So this is pretty much like all the popular plugins that we have. And I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible. I'm not really a brand loyalty person. Whatever is the best stuff that comes out is what I'll go to or use. So that's just kind of how I'm rolling here. So one other thing is, I do have blanket companies, and if a plugin stands on its own, like it's just really, really good, I put it in here. So for example, Spitfire Labs is in here, but it's a part of Spitfire Audio. But this is so good that it kind of stands on its own that I can't just ignore it. But also this involves all of the Spitfire libraries and all of their products, because usually companies, they kind of release the same quality, around the same quality. So I don't want to, so if you don't see a plugin here, it's probably in here, it's just kind of lumped in. For example, we have Omnisphere. This is kind of Spectrasonics all together, right? We have Trillion, and I do have Keyscape, because Keyscape is a standalone, right? So that's just, I'll explain it as I rank it. So let's go through the rankings real quick. So real quick, I want to go over the rankings now. So I don't have S to F because I don't want people to think a plugin is trash because it's ranked in F, right? So I just want to be more specific. So worth every penny, future proof, pretty self-explanatory. Sleepers, you know, plugins that people sleep on, right? Maybe plugins that people don't know about, or maybe there's a plugin that people don't know how to use right. Okay. So then you have this tier where maybe the quality isn't up to par, but it costs a lot of money. So this is a tier like, hey, if you got the money to get it, sure. And then below that, we have genre specific, which means, you know, maybe you do EDM or something like that. So this plugin will be perfect for one genre only. And then below that, we have great with presets only. Now there's a lot of plugins that's like this, which is good for me, good for people who make content, but overall it's just bad. I think it's cringe. Like why don't these people just hire producers to make the presets in the plugin? Like, I don't understand. But anyway, so only on sale. So this is a plugin that you should only get if it's on sale. Okay. And then below that, forgot I had this. I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to this. There's a lot of plugins where I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know I had this plugin, right? So that's this tier, and this is the worst tier, which is should have just bought ads, 𝗚𝗛𝗡. So you should have spent that $100 on this plugin, buying ads and improving your business rather than getting more sounds. So that is my list. Let's go ahead and get started with this tier list. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this list. So what I want y'all to do is to comment what you think the best and worst plugin of this list is, or just in general, because I'm interested to see what people think is like good and bad. So make sure you comment that somewhere during the video, and if you disagree with my list, let me know, you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go with something soft first. Let's do 𝗤𝗏 Audio. Okay, it's not like a heavy hitter, so this is like analog synth stuff. And I think for this one, I think definitely we could put this in genre specific, because I pretty much got this for synthwave. You can of course use it for other things, but I think that is kind of like the market they go for. And they're pretty cheap, so like I don't think you can go wrong with getting that. And I guess this could go in only on sale, but this is kind of like a disrespectful tier. So yeah. So let's try. Maybe we can do. Let's do a bigger plugin. Let's do Spitfire. So Spitfire is well known, in my opinion. I think they're well known. I think for them, I'm gonna put them in genre specific, but I'm gonna put them ahead. Because if you like, you know, if you're like into orchestral music and stuff like that, they're perfect for that. And I think their quality is up to par, because you could put them here, but I think in a way their quality is worth 100%. So I'm gonna put them in genre specific. Okay, keep in mind, these are non-disrespectful tiers. Now, once you get into the blues, that starts to get disrespectful towards the company. So just letting you know that. So I want to do an OG one. Let's do 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, sorry, but this is really good, but it only on sale. I'm sorry, the quality is good, but it's just not. You can find quality like this elsewhere too. So only get this on sale. We can kind of knock out some of these. Ooh, Massive. Now with Massive has to go in the tier of great with only presets, because I have never used the stock presets in here. Again, the producer community is definitely going to make the plugins in this tier list. So Massive is only good with plugins. Let's see, what else do we have? Let me see. I don't want to do the heavy hitters right away. Let's do I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm just say UHE. So this is a blanket company. So this is kind of all of UHE's plugins like Hive and stuff like that. So I will put this on sale. Now their quality is really good, but what makes me angry is that the CPU usage is terrible. Okay, at least for this specific plugin, I don't know. I know Hive I've used, but usually the CPU is terrible. So I feel like in order to be up here, you gotta be operating on all cylinders. You just have to. So we gotta put them only on sale. And then since, let's be real, since I mean they're pretty much the same. Let's do Purity. Purity, you already know what this is going. Genre specific, plugin B beats. You already know that. I do have some others on here as well, like Scalar and stuff like that, which is kind of a plugin, kind of an effect, which I will be doing an effects series of this too, and I'll probably just do this once a year. So let's do Scalar. So for Scalar, I think Scalar. Now I really like Scalar, but let's be real, you don't need these plugins. It has to go on sale. So if you can go on Plugin Boutique and find Scalar for, I don't know, however much it is, because they just run sales all the time, you can go ahead and get Scalar. It's very helpful, but to be honest, I don't really think you need these plugins, right? You watch one video on music theory and you pretty much can make your music. Let's do Labs. I really like Labs, but I am going to put Labs in a sleeper. And the reason why I'm putting Labs in a sleeper is because for some reason, when a plugin is free, people think it's trash. I don't understand that. I don't understand why producers think, oh, it's free, it's trash. Like, bro, nowadays, and I'm just being honest, the free plugins have way better quality than the ones you pay for. It's just the truth. I'm sorry to say, but it's just the truth these days, right? Because technology. Let's do, I'm gonna get the ugly ones out the way. So let's do VPS Avenger. I'm so sorry, brothers, but I forgot I had this plugin. I really did. I was looking through my plugin list and I was like, what is this? And I remember I had it, but like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's in a disrespectful tier. I think we could just throw in like Sublab real quick, same tier. I mean, I use it, but like, I can't really explain it. It's just, I mean, I guess it can go in between here, but like, I'm gonna just be disrespectful, so I'm gonna just put it there. So let's do a good one. It's been a while. Let's do a good one. Let's do stock plugins. So this is all stock plugins, like Logic stock plugins, Pro Tools stock plugins, all of them. So I gotta put these in sleeper. Okay, and I'm gonna put this at the top of sleeper because, like I said, people think stock plugins are trash. They're really not. It's just you don't know how to use them. You don't know how to use effects, right? You don't know how to utilize your sounds and stuff like that. So it's a skill issue when it comes to these stock plugins. But I am a known hater of stock plugins. So just because I feel like, I don't like using what everybody uses all the time. But I think stock plugins are great. Let's do Vocaloid. So Vocaloid, this is a DAW technically, but you can use it as a plugin, and this is kind of like for vocal stuff. So I put this in a if you have money tier because it's good, but it's like, it's extra. You don't need it, right? It's not needed at all, but it is a really, really cool plugin, or I guess you can call it a DAW to use. It's kind of like a hybrid. I think I kind of want to go with, let's do Sylenth, right? This is like an OG one, right? Let's do some of these OG plugins. So for Sylenth, I'm not going to put it here, just throwing it right there. So for Sylenth, I think Sylenth should definitely go right here, right? So I think Sylenth on its own is pretty boring. Now I know you can sound design and all this stuff, but where it really shined, at least when I use it, is the producer presets you would get. So I got to put it here, right? So shout out to the producer community for making these plugins look better than they are. And along with that, I'm gonna put Spire. Now I think Spire is better than all of these in my opinion, because I feel like the quality of sound that it produces is better. But depending on your experience, you can kind of teeter. But I think Spire is definitely better than Silent. You know what? I don't want to make, I don't care if people get mad. I'm putting it there. So the list is getting kind of short now. Let's throw in, let's see. I want to be disrespectful real quick. You know what? Let's do Nexus. Now, for the people who are new to the channel, you may not know this, but I am a hater of Nexus. I think Nexus has iconic sounds, but they're just cringe. Nexus is just, I'm sorry, you should have just spent this money on ads. It's the truth. But anyway, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Let's do Expand. Expand is a favorite of mine, but unfortunately, I gotta put Expand back here. Now Expand would be in between this one, because if you have, well, actually, no, that's not true. I think Expand on its own sounds really good. So I think Expand will probably move up. Now I think it will sit probably in the back, because Expand's quality is good, but it's not the greatest. Okay, it's not the greatest. So let's keep moving on. I want to do, let me see, I'm just looking around here. Let's do a free one. Okay, so this is Symphony, Orchestra Symphony. So this is pretty much like Spitfire, which I'm gonna put here. I was gonna do a video on this, but it's pretty much the same as Labs, except it's more specific to like orchestral music and stuff like that. But it has really good sounds, especially if people want to make like dark stuff, because it has like good, violins and stuff, and it's free. So definitely in the sleeper tier for this one. Let's go. Let's do one of these. Let's do Orb Composer. Now I think Orb Composer, it's a good tool, but it is not needed at all. I mean, if you don't even know what a chord is, maybe you should use this. But to be honest, I think you should spend the money on this on ads. I'm sorry, right? You think your sounds is why you're not successful. No, you're not successful because you're not marketing and spending money on ads, brother. That's just the truth. So, what else are we gonna do? I'm gonna do Phase Plant. Let's do Phase Plant. So Phase Plant is a huge sleeper. I'm gonna even put it right here. Phase Plant is an amazing plugin. If you don't know Phase Plant, you know what, I'm not gonna go into detail about these, but it's just a really good synthesizer. You can look it up if you want to. I think it's from 𝗗𝗏𝗣𝗘. I believe that's the company. If you ever see me use Multipass before, it's the same company. Phase Plant is really good. But it's a sleeper because people don't know about it, and it's ugly. Well, it's not ugly, but like, look at this, right? Like, you can't tell what plugin this is just by looking at it, right? But when you look at Purity and Expand, right, you automatically know what it is. So that's just what I mean by that. So let's do Chord Collection. Now for the Chord Collection here, I think I'm gonna put it down here. I'm gonna put it at the back too, because look, I like the OG synths and stuff, but how many companies are gonna keep emulating the same exact sounds and stuff, right? Not saying this company is trash, but I'm just saying I think nowadays you don't need to keep buying the same synths. Just buy one synth plugin, whatever, and you get all the sounds from the 80s and stuff. You don't need to spend money. So you should have spent the money on this on ads. It's just the truth. And then I think we can do Piano Tech. So Piano Tech is, see, I don't know what other people think, because most piano companies, I mean, there's not, like, pianos don't have articulations, right? So I'm gonna put this at the top of this, because this, wait, let me see. Yeah. So these are really expensive, but they're really good piano plugins. But the thing is, this is not a guitar plugin. Like, you can add articulations to a guitar plugin, right? But a piano, I mean, you can't really do that much. Let's be real. Like, what, you're gonna get the different velocity and mic distance? Like, let's be real. And then they sample the same exact plugins every year. So if you have the money, I would recommend getting this if you like making beats with pianos in them, 100%. So there's that. Let's do, I haven't put one. Let's do Falcon and UVI. So Falcon and UVI, Definitely going at the top of sleepers. This is pretty much Contact. How would I explain this? This is like, yeah, it's pretty much Contact and Arteria put together. This is the biggest, most slept on plugin I've ever seen in my life. This is a great plugin, or I guess company, that makes sounds, but people really sleep on them. So I think they are one of the sleepers, the biggest sleepers of this group. I'm not gonna go into detail on too much on it, but let's do one of these drummers. Now I can't remember exactly. We could do Addictive Drums. I want to get some of these drum ones out the way. So Addictive Drums, I think, should be on sale because that's how I got mine. So there you go. Let's do, we could save the other drum one. Let's do Vital. I like Vital. I think Vital is good, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot I had this. It's just the truth. Like, I use Serum over this. It's good when I use it, but I forgot about it. It's forgettable. What else? I want to see if we can throw one at the top. Let's try to get one at the top. Let's do Ample Sounds. Automatically worth every penny. I'm sorry. Now the skill gap is very large, or like the learning curve is very large, but once you get over that, I'm telling you, this plugin is crazy. It's worth every penny, and they're pretty cheap for the quality you get. So I think this is like perfect for like the top tier, 100%. All right, you can't really go wrong with a guitar plugin anyway, especially if it's like really high quality samples. So there you go there. Let's do 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗘𝗥𝗏. Now a lot of y'all don't even know that this company exists. Now this company is really good. Okay, really good, but expensive. So this is it's just pretty much Contact. It's pretty much like Contact. Matter of fact, I think it would be more on par with Falcon, but Falcon is definitely a little bit cheaper in their libraries that you can get. But 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗘𝗥𝗏 definitely is, I would say, it's like sleeper but expensive, kind of in between. But yeah, 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗘𝗥𝗏 is really good. I would recommend y'all actually check that out. Y'all should check out 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗘𝗥𝗏. But yeah, I'll put it there. Let's see, what else can we throw in real quick? Let's do Decent Sampler. So Decent Sampler is basically Contact if it was free. So we got to put in the sleepers, because a lot of y'all, and I made videos on this, but people still slept on it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move it up just because people like this company, they got some good stuff, and they got a lot of stuff for free too. So I think Decent Sampler should be in the sleepers category. Okay. Let's see. I want to throw in some drum stuff. Let's do 𝗚𝗏𝗏. So 𝗚𝗏𝗏 is basically it's from XLN, and they organize drums. And I've been meaning to make a video on this, but I've been too lazy because I was supposed to make this video like 2 years ago. So I'll probably try to release it, because this is a super useful plugin. Like, probably I should put it up here if I'm being honest, but I don't think it's something that is needed, right? It's not needed, but it's like a huge, it is a huge plus in your workflow and just organization. So I'm gonna put it back here on the sleepers. So this is a huge sleeper plugin. So let's go down. This is getting kind of short. Let's do Mtron. So this is G-Force. So this is representing the entire company. For this one, I think I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put it at the top here. I forgot I had this. Okay. It's really good. It's really good plugin, but you know, because of some of the ones that'll be up here or whatever, I just don't see myself using it that often. So that is just this one. I know they had like an update recently, but I haven't really checked it out or anything. But just this, I feel like, you know, you can find plugins with these sounds for free too. So that it just is what it is. Now I want to do one of my favorites. Let's put Serum. I use Serum almost every single video, but unfortunately, Serum is going to have to go at the top of great with presets only. Serum is good, but the problem that Serum has, and if anyone from Serum is watching this video, probably not, please add a ARP function. Why don't y'all have a function with ARPs? If they just had ARPs, this would be perfect, the perfect plugin. But you can't put ARPs. Now you can program it, but it's so annoying to do. But yeah, I think Sim is great with presets only. And then let's do audio modeling. So this plugin, they try to emulate like you plan an instrument realistically, and they do a pretty good job. So I'm gonna have to put them definitely up here as sleepers, because if you want to make like realistic violins, stuff like that, this is the company, and it's called Audio Modeling. Is the company, I believe. I hope I didn't get that wrong. So I'm gonna put radio. Let's do radio. So I'm gonna actually show you what this does, because there's no way for me to explain this. So if you like to sample this plugin, you should have this plugin. If you don't have this plugin, you are hurting yourself. So real quick, I'm gonna pop up a picture real quick. Hold on. All right, so this is radio. So basically what you can do with radio is you have access. I don't know how many, but it seems like unlimited radio stations. So you get radio stations from the past, you get radio stations from the modern day, and you could just go through unlimited radio stations and just listen to like cool samples or like old music, like Men at Work, Down by the Seas is the song I was listening to here. And literally from right here, you can just drag and drop like in Edison, and you can drag it over and you can chop it and you can save it as a sample, and you can just drag it right in your DAW. So if you like to sample, this plugin is goated, and you probably could put it up here if you sample, but I'm gonna put it right down here because it is a sleeper plugin for sure. So let's keep going. Almost done. I think we want to be disrespectful real quick, so we are going to put Captain Plugins down here. Matter of fact, you know what, I guess the order doesn't matter necessarily, but for this tier, but Captain Plugins, I use them a lot, but only for mixed and key. I don't think you need these plugins like as part of your process. And I'm gonna be honest, I think these slow down your process, to be honest. I think you can just get ChatGPT and ask it, hey, what are some good chords for sad guitars, and you'll save more time. It's just the truth. But if you want them, they're still good products. It's just, you know, as for somebody who's seasoned, I don't really see myself using it that often. And it kind of would take the fun. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. So let's do Arcade. So Arcade is a big one here. It's a subscription service. You know, producers hate subscriptions, but you know, it is what it is. I gotta put it up here. If you are a beginner producer, or just maybe you're getting back into producing, or maybe you don't have that much money, I think this is the only plugin you should have. I think 100% you have samples, one shots, everything you need just for $10 a month. And I'm not trying to hear that like, oh, I don't have the money. Like, bro, a lot of y'all watching this video, you probably just ordered DoorDash, or you ordered DoorDash today, and it costs you like 38 bucks plus the tip, because you know if you don't do the tip, they might do something to your food, right? So I'm not trying to hear that. Okay, you can afford $9.99 if you really are stressed on sounds and money. Like you can. I think this is a go-to plugin, and it's definitely future-proof because they always update it. Next up, let's do Electric X, and y'all already know where this is going. Electric X is, I'm gonna put it at the top because I think Electric X stock presets are garbage. The producer community built this, like literally the hip hop producer community made this plugin popular. 100%. This plugin is, y'all already know. I don't even gotta say it. Y'all already know. I want to do, let's take out this. So is this Superior Drummer or this one? I think this is Easy Drummer right here. So for this one, I'm gonna put only on sale on this one. You don't really need these drum plugins. They're very genre specific, but I wouldn't put it there because, you know, drums are used in all types of music. So on sale for sure for this one. I'm gonna put, where am I gonna put this? I think this is kind of like a huge plugin to get. These, right, like you can kind of find plugins with sounds like this, but like finding you know, plugins like this where you can kind of emulate real drums is kind of hard. So I would put it here, but only on sale for these. And then lastly, we're gonna do Nexus 4 because we disrespected Nexus 3 so badly. We're gonna do Nexus 4. Now I'm gonna be honest. You know what? I'm not gonna be honest. I've been roasting Nexus too much. I think Nexus should go on here, only on sale. And I think Nexus should go like right here, Nexus 4. I think it's good, but you know, like I'm not a fan of Nexus necessarily. So but to be unbiased, I will put it on a sale. I think you should get it if it's on sale, right? If you just want a bunch of sounds, but I don't think it's something you should put on your radar at all. I know it's kind of becoming a Nexus roasting video, but you know, I'm just trying to tell you what it is. So now we have Superior Drummer, and I'm gonna put Superior Drummer. I don't know if I want to put it in genre specific, because it could go in sleepers. It could go in if you have the money, or it can go in genre specific. So I think I'm gonna put it at the back of if you have the money, because you don't need this at all, right? You don't, and there's definitely cheaper options, but in my opinion, I think definitely it is the best drumming plugin, 100%. Out of these three, definitely from Addictive Drums. Now you could make an argument for Easy Drummer versus Superior Drummer, but I think Superior Drummer just kind of takes it a little bit with the programming that you can do. So I'm gonna put it in if you have the bread. So next, now we kind of come into some big hitters. Let's do Xenology. Definitely throwing it right there. Just, I'm sorry, it's great, but like, you know. Okay, so let's see, we got a few left. Sample Tank. So I used to use Sample Tank a lot, and you probably got the hint. We got to throw Sample Tank here. Now I think Sample Tank actually should go. You know what, I actually really enjoy Sample Tank, and it's not that I don't use it or I forgot about it, it's just better options nowadays, so it kind of fell back. So I think I'm a bump it up. I think I'm gonna put Sample Tank above here, because the library that they give you is huge, and the quality is pretty good for the well, I guess for the price. Yeah, the quality is good. So I think I'll bump it up there. Let's see, I kind of want to do Contact last. Let's do Best Service. So Best Service is, I don't even know how to explain the banks they have, but they do like medieval banks, the Arrow banks, the dark medieval banks. What is it? I think it's one called like Kingdom Forest. You know, they kind of like do like those realistic flutes. It's kind of like it's kind of like Contact in a bit with their banks. But I think I'm gonna put this one in sleepers. I think I'm gonna put it at the top of sleepers. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think the quality is better in a way with this. But yeah, I'm gonna put Best Service up here, because I think people really sleep on these plugins in their banks. But it can get pricey, but you only need like 1 or 2 banks, and then you're good for eternity. So yeah, so I'm gonna put them there, and then let's see here. What we got? We got Omnisphere, Sign Player, Arturia, Analog Labs, Keyscape. Let's rank Keyscape real quick. Keyscape, definitely, and I'm gonna be honest, I regret getting Keyscape. Now I got it because it was like popular and cool, but like I do not use this. So if you have the extra money just to have extra piano plugins, go ahead and grab it. You know what, I'm gonna put it up there because they do have good sounds, but I just feel like it's not worth the money. But if you got extra bread, go ahead and grab Keyscape. All right, a few left. We get into the big hitters here. So let's do Analog Labs. Now I use this almost every single video this past a year and a half. You already know I'm putting this at the top. I think this should be at the very tip top. I think Arturia is a godsend for producers. The quality, now I slept on the quality for a while, but when I started listening to it, like the quality is actually really good, and on top of that, you can get banks and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, I think Arturia Analog Labs is probably the only thing you need. So if you're a beginner producer, I think getting this, you're straight, right? You get Arturia, right? You get a subscription, or you just buy the whole thing and you're straight. I think you don't need to get anything else on this list. You get Analog Labs and you are good forever, like forever, until Analog Labs 2 come out or whatever. But yeah, now let's do Contact. So this is the base Contact right here, right? So this is Contact, just no third-party banks, Contact by itself. Let's see, I think Kontakt, the base stock Kontakt, no third-party libraries, should go at the top of should have just spent ads. I'm sorry, but going back and listening to, now, don't get me wrong, some of their stuff is good, like they have like the session horns and stuff like that, but I really think where Kontakt shines is the third-party libraries. You could just buy ads and get your money up, okay? I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Now, I know a lot of people won't agree with me with that, but I think overall, am I really recommending somebody to buy all these, to spend $1,000 on Kontakt Unlimited on these sounds? No, I'm sorry, I'm just not doing that to somebody, right? If you want to spend $1,000 on some trash, whatever, Omnisphere, you know, Omnisphere got to go up here, okay? It's solidified, it's the best. I think it's between a sleeper too, because people do not know how to use Omnisphere. They say it's too many sounds. Like, dude, you can literally sort the sounds by mood, type, and whatever else. And then you have multis, so you can literally make the most complex sounds in the world, right? And then on top of that, you have 4 of these oscillators with ARPs and stuff. So it's literally like the best synth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it up here. Okay, so now we on to the last. Okay, so I'm gonna get these out the way. So third-party banks for Kontakt, I gotta put them up here. Now, is it better? I think they're better because real instruments are better than synths for the most part. So third-party libraries of Kontakt are just goated. I'm sorry, they just make Kontakt what it is. Okay, and then lastly, SignPlayer. Now, SignPlayer, okay, this is the ultimate sleeper, but it is so good. This is so good that I'm gonna put it above Arteria and Analog Labs. And the reason why is because they actually innovated for once in the last decade. Okay, so what they do, and I've made videos on this, but basically with articulations, okay, because I always will go with the plugin with realistic sounds. And like I said, I like Analog Labs and stuff, but like I like realistic sounds. But with this, right, basically you can map your articulations to the color of your piano roll, so you don't have to actually press the keys, which is extremely annoying for me. And on top of that, you can buy specific presets in banks. All right, so say you like have a, I don't know, let's say you have like some orchestral bank with strings. You don't have to buy the whole bank. You can buy the specific string that you want, which I like. So I think this is the best just plug-in period, especially if you want realistic sounds and stuff. But it doesn't mean that it's, you know, necessarily better than Arcade, because it depends what you want. But that is my list personally. I tried to be as unbiased as possible. I know I kind of went in on Nexus, but it deserves it. So yeah, that's my list. I'll leave a link if you want to do your own list. Make sure you leave a comment on what you think is the best and worst plugins of this list. Or if you just want to roast me and say I don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead. That's fine with me. Or if you just want to, I don't know, whatever you want to comment. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.